What is the Orthodox point of view on women becoming clergy? Thank you, Christopher Landis. We actually have an article we just translated by St. Raphael of Brooklyn, written 100 years ago, and we will be publishing in the near future on this topic that had just begun in the Western world about 100 years ago, I think, with the rise of feminism. Unquestionably, the Orthodox Church has never and never will have women as clergy. Never have and never will. And there's a lot of reasons for that. But the main reason is we don't have that tradition. And that's enough for us. People say, well, what's the theological reasons? We don't have to have theological reasons. We have them, but we don't have to. It's not necessary. You know what's necessary? Follow the Holy Fathers. Do what they did. What did they hand down to you? That's what they handed down to you. There was never, ever, not once, not even a thought, not even a text written in support of women's ordination to the priesthood. That it's impossible to conceive the Orthodox Church abandoning this life of 2,000 years and introducing into the heart of the church, into the heart of the divine liturgy, the priesthood, something totally new, innovative that has never been done for 2,000 years. It's not possible to even imagine it. It doesn't even matter what it is. I don't care what it is. It's not so much about women becoming priests or not. It's a question of how could we do that? Who am I? Who are you? Who are you, Father so-and-so, Bishop so-and-so, Patriarch so-and-so? Who are you that you can just disregard 2,000 years of practice and tradition and think that you are still Orthodox? It is not going to happen. It cannot happen. They will not be Orthodox. Can I be more clear? I hope I've been very clear. Without getting into the quote-unquote theology, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter, actually, because that's how the church operates. If you don't follow what's been given to you, you don't pass on what's been handed down to you, you're not Orthodox. It's that simple. We have been given the kingdom of God. We've been given the holy tradition from the holy apostles, the fathers, all the way down. We don't innovate. We don't add new teachings, new practices, especially that would be so revolutionary and so disturbing to have that suddenly inserted in the life of the church. Because why? Because the movement of feminism, which has been so destructive to the Western world, and now we're going to put it in the heart of the church. The spirit of the people pushing this is so worldly. It's a no-brainer. Like and listen to the people talking and the academics and the conferences now beginning in very small academic circles in New York and other places, talking about women's ordination or women in the diaconate or women in the priesthood. Diaconate is a little bit different, not much though. Today it would still be a grave innovation, but because they're not even trying to do what they did 1,600 years ago. They're trying to do something differently with the diaconate. But the mentality and the worldliness there, it's not even like on the radar of the monastics on Mount Athos. So is it possible for the heart of the church, the Athos, the monasteries, to be so utterly opposed to this and so utterly unconcerned with it, and the church to introduce it? The people who are going to introduce it without any regard to the ascetics, the fathers, the monasteries, tradition, the saints, they have to be innovators. And we're not innovators. We don't innovate in the Orthodox Church. We don't innovate in matters of faith ever. So it's that simple. And so I don't think it's not for us, not even a discussion, not even a question. So they were never deacons. Women were never deacons. They were deaconesses, and their role was very different. They were never liturgical. They never served in the liturgy like a deacon. They were not a part of the priesthood. In other words, the priesthood is reader, subdeacon, deacon, priest, bishop. There's a whole order of the priesthood. They were never a part of the order of priesthood. They were deaconesses, which means certainly they were servants of the church, and their main role was to do things men couldn't do. That's what they mainly did. And what was it? Take communion to women, because society you don't go privately to a woman as a priest. You send women. Women would stand with the women to be baptized because they were naked. Men didn't do that. So they had roles that fulfilled in that society then, which were absolutely essential. We don't really need that. Those roles are done. They've been done for 800 years. There hasn't been a deaconess for about 800 years, maybe one or two here and there. But as a practice in the church, it's been dormant for about a millennium. So this is just clamoring from the innovationists of our day, unfortunately. They're looking for something to innovate.